Hi guys, so my mom is gonna show you how to make clothes.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do the tulle bottom that goes on the bottom of gowns and stuff. So what you want to do is start off with your circle skirt pattern. Here's mine. And if you don't know how to draft the circle skirt pattern, check out my video. I did a video on how to draft circle skirt pattern. What you would do is you would measure from around the knee to get this circumference, and that would be what you would use instead of your waist measurement. So basically in that video I did the waist measurement because we normally put a circle skirt on our waist, but in this case that's going on the gown, just measure your around the knee circumference, or if you have a dress that you're adding it to the bottom of, measure the bottom of your dress where you will be attaching it and get that circumference, and you will use that where I say waist measurement. Hope I'm making sense. But anyways, I cut it on the fold. This is the fold. You would do that 2 times. So you should have 2 of these. And when you open it up, it'll be like this. And then you'll have the other one and it'll make a complete circle. So next what we're going to do, we're going to mark a 1/2 inch on this side, a 1/2 inch going all the way around, and a 1/2 inch on that side. That way we'll know that that's our seam allowance. Do not sew the tulle over there. So I will show you guys in a minute how it should look. Okay guys, so this is how it should look. You should have marked the 1/2 inch seam allowance on this side, that side, and all the way around. Do that on both pieces. Then after that, what you want to do is measure the distance of the space that you want your tulle attached. I always do 2 inches apart. So I'm going to mark 2 inches all the way around. All the way up until I get to the top of this circle skirt. So I'm going to mark 2 inches here. All the way around. Then create another row. 2 inches all the way around. This is how it should look. I know it look a little messy, but it don't have to be perfect. You're just going to use the lines as a guide to know where to sew the tulle so the spacing don't be completely off. So again, I did a 1/2 inch from the bottom, and from there 2 inches up every time till I got up there, and I left a 1/2 inch from here to here. Okay guys, so what you want to do next is get your bolt of tulle. I got the 40-yard bolt of tulle from Amazon. And you're going to cut it into 3 pieces. I believe this is 27 across, so I'm going to cut it in 9, 9, and 9. So cut it in 3 pieces, and then we'll come back and gather it. I'm just using my rotary cutter and this cutting mat from my Cricut. It's an old mat that I don't use anymore. And yes, this can be hard to go through. I ordered a rotary saw from Amazon, but it haven't came yet, so I'm just going to use this. And yes, you might have to fight with it. Just keep going through it, y'all. Because it ain't going to just cut with the first cut. You're going to have to go through multiple passes. So yeah, just cut that into 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, and come back. Okay guys, so now that we have our tulle cut up, what you want to do is set up your machine for gathering. I'm using my Juki today, so it's really not much to do on here. I got my stitch on 3, and then I just play with the tension, tighten it up a little bit. But if you're using your home domestic machine, put it on the tightest tension, which is like 9, and put your stitch on like 3 or 4. And you can use a gathering foot, or you can just use the regular foot, either one. So what we're gonna do is get our roll, find a little opening, the start of mine. So I'm gonna unroll it a little bit, and this should be 2 layers, 1, 2, and we're just gonna gather it down the center. As you can see, I already started some. We're basically just placing the tool, and this gathering is going to be down the center, and just push it through with your hands to create gathers. And that's all we're going to do till we do all our pieces. Just keep control of it. Now that I have all my tulle gathered, I'm doing pink and yellow. Now it's time to sew it on. So I'm going to show you guys how to sew it on. So you're going to grab your tulle, find an end, start an end, okay. And we're going to start at the line. Remember, we're not doing this part because we live in a semi-allowance, so we're going to start at the beginning of the line right here. And we're just going to hold that in place and basically try to follow our line. It don't have to be exact, but we can use the line as a guide. Couple stitches, then I'm going to do a back stitch. And then, yeah, you're sewing right down the middle where your gathering stitch is. Basically put that gathering stitch on the line and just sew down. And you would do that to the whole skirt, like both pieces. You're going to do that. And yes, it's very time consuming. So what I normally do is do the bottom of this gown, which is this whole bottom, the 2 apart, and then tomorrow I do the top of the gown. Basically, I break it up into two days when I do these type of gowns. But since this one is for kids, I do it all in one day. So yeah, we're just gonna keep sewing that on. Okay guys, so we have the tulle sewed on to our 2 circle skirts. What you want to do now is put them right side together and then sew them together. This is how they look right side together. This is the top. We're gonna pin them together along the sides. So take this one and this one, pin them together along the side. Make sure you're moving the tulle out the way, because remember we left a 1/2 inch seam allowance so we can pull it together. So just pin it together and move the tulle as you pin. Okay, so I started pinning mine. And yes, I did do my yellow on a gray base because I realized I didn't order the yellow fabric. So I just went ahead and did it on this gray base. But always try to match your fabric with the tulle color. So here I am pinning it. And I'm just stuffing the tulle down in the inside so that I can pin the seam allowance. And just do that all the way down to both sides. And yes, it is so big, so take your time. I'm so glad I'm using my Juki now because it's more room to actually sew stuff down with. And yeah, let's go. Oops, I broke my needle. I mean my pin. Okay, yeah. And you don't have to do exactly a 1/2. I know we left a 1/2 inch seam allowance, but you don't have to sew it at a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I just normally try to keep my foot along the edge, and then any extra the tulle will cover up anyways. So Don't struggle or hurt yourself trying to get exactly a 1/2 inch. I love this machine, y'all. I'm so mad I didn't use it when I first got it. It speeds up everything. And now I'm gonna do the other side. And here's another version I did using a 1/2 of a circle skirt, which is just 1 piece instead of 2. And I also have pics on Facebook of her wearing it. In this one, I used the full circle skirt, which is 2 pieces.